to capitalize on a moment in time here in North Carolina as we start a revolution for workers' rights today that sweeps the South and even the nation. You see, also here in North Carolina, we have a Democratic governor, Bev Perdue. She wants to cut the corporate tax rate to the lowest in the South, while at the same time, putting over 3,000 public employees in the unemployment lines. So for the hope that we might recruit 2,000 jobs in the private sector, she wants to put 3,000 middle-class working families in unemployment. Corporations sitting on record profits have no need to be responsible citizens and pay their fair share. Do the people running the corporations not have enough moral principles about themselves that they want to create jobs, or do they just want to feast on lobster and caviar as the unemployment rate stays near 10%? I would submit to you that they have no principles and the workers have no hope today. But it seems at times that the only difference in North Carolina between the two political parties is which corporations and which laws firms that they represent. Corporations have bought and paid for them both, unfortunately. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a change! No, I take that back. I'm ready for a revolution! Take our country back from the rich and greedy who only cares about themselves. Enough is enough! There's no difference to me if you're a Democrat, a Republican, an Independent, or even a Tea Partier. That makes no difference. You're either for the right of people to assemble and collectively express, promote, pursue, and defend the common interest, or you want to deny that First Amendment right. There is no middle ground.
We say fight back. They say fight back. We say fight back. They say fight back. We say fight back.
It's not about your level of income, it's about where your power comes from.
People united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
Stop the war against the poor! 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 Stop the war against the poor!
Let's send a message to our brothers and sisters in Wisconsin, Ohio, New Jersey, and throughout the country. Yes, we can!
Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can! Yes, we can!
Dr. Martin Luther King once said, "Justice denied anywhere is a threat to justice denied everywhere." Sadly, we are seeing this attempt to deny justice not in some far-off land like Libya or Tunisia or Egypt, but right here in the United States. Yet we have seen this before from our founding fathers, who declared that blacks were only seen as 3/5 of a human, to the fear and the intimidation of the Ku Klux Klan, to the internment of Japanese Americans after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. Brothers and sisters, working families are under attack. The conservative politicians and their wealthy contributors have declared war on the middle class. Maybe there were a nurse working on a cancer ward trying to console a child and his or her family as the painful chemo treatment is preparing to go through the child's veins. Maybe it's a teacher who, instead of being with us today, had to sit home. I want to say something for a minute to my Tea Party friends across the street. I want you to hear me. As a fellow American, I want you to hear me. We are your neighbors.
We are your neighbors.
We sit next to you at church.
We sit next to you at church.
And our kids play Little League Baseball together.
Our kids play Little League Baseball together.
What we're seeing now here in North Carolina is a Republican leadership who ran on a platform of jobs, jobs, and more jobs.
Where are they?
Having spent their first month in office, what have we seen? Attacking the federal health care reform bill. Cost to the taxpayers of North Carolina, $65 million. Requiring photo ID for the right to exercise your vote. Cost to the taxpayers of North Carolina, $20 million. School vouchers for religious and private and charter schools. We don't have an estimate on the cost of that yet. Now, they did, in all fairness, create a few jobs. They got rid of all the former legislative staffers, and at salaries of $60,000 to $120,000 a year, they put their patronage friends in those positions in the leadership at taxpayer expense. But this is not the fault of Republicans alone. And as Dana alluded to you in his opening, he talked about in 1959 when it was not Republicans. This is not a party issue, folks. Democrats passed the bill that prohibits collective bargaining. Since that time, it is Democrats that have refused to bring up collective bargaining on the floor of that building over behind us for a vote. So it's not an R or a D or right or left issue. It's an American issue. It's American values, and we can do better than that. Our time has come, America. It is time for North Carolina, to Virginia, to Indiana, to Wisconsin. It is time to stop blaming state and federal deficits on the backs of public sector workers and their families.
As I stepped down a while ago, there's a sign I wanted to point out. It says, "Teachers and cops didn't create this financial crisis. Brokers and bankers did."
Corporations, just be fair. Corporations, pay your share. Corporations, pay your share. Corporations, pay your share. Corporations, just be fair. Corporations, pay your
Our
share.
healthcare package was 100% using the provider's directory list given by the school district. My co-payment was $5. My specialist co-payment was $0. Non-union now has to pay at least 75 to 80%, and their co-payments are $25 to $50 per visit. The specialty visit is $65 per visit.
Shame! 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 Shame!
Shame! Shame! Shame! Shame! The rich and the powerful should pay their share. A good example, right here, Walmart. Bankers, greedy companies, and reckless politicians have stolen wealth from us too long, and it needs to stop. What are they doing now? Taking away collective bargaining? And to have you to work a 40 or 50-hour work week and get $5 at the end of the week? Let's say no. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no.
Workers' rights are human rights.
Workers' rights are human rights. Workers' rights are human rights. Workers' rights are human rights. Workers' rights are human rights. Workers' rights are human rights. Workers' rights are human rights.
I want to make sure that our friends across the street understand what the issues are. I want them to know that if Scott Walker's successful in Wisconsin, the safety regulations, the application of safety by the federal government and each state government that protect workers today, that's what's on the table. We're here today to protect not only the benefits of union workers, we're here today to make sure that the safety of all workers stays in a top priority.
These last few weeks have been amazing. All around the world, people are standing up together with one voice and saying, no more. And it has been a great time to teach my friends and colleagues and peers why a strong labor movement is good for all of us. See, as a person of faith, I recognize a theme that runs through all of the world's religions, and is especially true in the Abrahamic faith. Love one another and treat each other with justice. The rich are getting richer. The poor are getting poorer. And the middle class is being systematically dismantled. The questions of who gets to organize, whose voice gets heard, who gets ahead and who gets left behind are no longer political questions. These are now moral questions. These are questions of right and questions of wrong. These are questions of justice and questions of injustice.
I gotta tell you, I was asked by a member of the press a little bit earlier, right before we started speaking, and he's like, he said, I wasn't aware that SENIC, the State Employees Association, was a union. So I want to welcome all of you to our coming out party today.